Greetings to all. Myself Vaishnavi, Assistant Professor IT Department from SNS College of Engineering. Now we are going to see about the scheduling algorithm, that is priority scheduling algorithm and round robin scheduling algorithm. First one is priority scheduling algorithm. The priority number, that is integer, is associated with each process. The CPU is allocated to the process with the higher priority, that is smallest integer to the highest integer. And then here we have the problem, that is starvation, that is lowest priority process may never execute. Here we have the solution as aging. As time processes increases the priority of the process. Here we have the example for the priority scheduling algorithm. For a priority scheduling algorithm, we have the four process, that is P1, P2, P3 and P4. The burst time for each process is given here, and then priority integer is given here. Here we have to find the Gantt chart, average waiting time and average turnaround time for the scheduling algorithm. First we draw the Gantt chart for that process. For for according to the priority, process 3 will execute first, so the burst time will be 4 milliseconds, so 0 to 4. And then process 1, so the burst time for the process 1 will be 3, so 4 plus 3 is 7. And then process 4, the burst time for the process 4 is 2, so 7 plus 2 is 9. And then process 2, the burst time for the process 2 is 6, so 9 plus 6 is 15. From the Gantt chart, we have to calculate the waiting time. Here we define the processes 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here we have to find the waiting time. For process 1, the waiting time will be 4, and then process 2, the waiting time will be 9. For process 3, the waiting time will be 0. So and then process 4, the waiting time will be 7. And then we have to calculate the average waiting time. For average waiting time, we have to add these four values and divided by 4. So 4 plus 9 plus 0 plus 7 divided by 4, that is 20, divided by 4 is 5 milliseconds. And then we have to calculate the turnaround time. For turnaround time, we have to add the burst time and the waiting time of each process. For process 1, the burst time and the waiting time will be 3 plus 4, that is 7. For process 2, 6 plus 9, that is 15. For process 3, 4 plus 0, that is 4. For process 4, 2 plus 7, that is 9. For calculating average turnaround time, we have to add these four values and divided by 4. That is 7 plus 15 plus 4 plus 9 divided by 4. That is 35 divided by 4 is equal to 8.75 milliseconds. Next scheduling algorithm is round robin scheduling algorithm. Each process gets a small unit of CPU time, that is time quantum, we defined as Q. Usually the time quantum will be 10 to 100 milliseconds. After this time has elapsed, the process is preempted and added to the end of the ready queue. And then if there are n processes in the ready queue and the time quantum is q, then each process gets 1 by n of the CPU time in the chunks of at most q time units at once, and then no process waits more than n minus 1 q time units. Here we have the example for the round robin scheduling algorithm. The given processes 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the burst time for these four processes 3, 6, 4 and 2 milliseconds. Here we define the time quantum as 2 milliseconds. For the round robin, according to the time quantum, the process will execute first. So the process 1 execute, each process executes at the 2 milliseconds. According to the time quantum, we draw the Gantt chart here. From the Gantt chart, we calculate the waiting time. For process 1, the waiting time will be 0 plus 6, that is 6 milliseconds. For process 2, 2 plus 5 plus 2, that is 9. For process 3, 4 plus 5, that is 9 milliseconds. For process 4 is 6 milliseconds. For calculating the average waiting time, we have to add these four values and divided by 4. So 6 plus 9 plus 9 plus 6 divided by 4, that is 30 divided by 4 is equal to 7.5 milliseconds. After calculating the waiting time, we have to calculate turnaround time. For turnaround time, we have to add that burst time and the waiting time of each process. So for the process 1, the burst time and the waiting time will be 3 and the 6. So 3 plus 6 will be 9. On process 2, 6 plus 9, that is 15. For process 3, 4 plus 9, that is 13. For process 4, 2 plus 6 is equal to 8. After calculating the turnaround time of each process, we have to calculate the average turnaround time. For average turnaround time, we have to add these 4 values and divided by 4, that is 45 divided by 4 is equal to 11.25 milliseconds. Thank you.